I said it once, and I'll say it again. It's all a wrestling match. That's all it is. Wrestling tactics at its best. Who's going to be a good guy? Who's going to be the bad guy? Hmm. I just love watching old wrestling reruns. It was like Goldberg's coming out. I think he was the U.S. champion here. Wow. The Georgia Dome. I've been there many a times. Love the Georgia Dome. Damn. Huh. You know, some people, can you put a one in the chat if you can hear me? Put a one in the chat if you guys can hear me. Can you hear me good? Goldberg. That's like back in the day, right? You could get things done back in the day. People listened to people. They actually didn't have the ooey gooeys and the aliens and the ships and all the flies and everything on it. They didn't have all that, did they? No, they didn't have all that. Let me show you something that I take with me everywhere I go. 30 years ago, my family, 30 years ago, my family bought this huge tiger. I don't know how they attained it, but it was a tapestry. And it sat on the wall. Every place that my people lived at, they would take that tapestry, that one tapestry. It finally rotted away. It rotted away. It still hangs on my mother's wall. It's rotted. You can't tell nothing about it. It's literally just pigments and stuff is all it is. Pretty much of what it was. Now, there's a lot of people that have family heirlooms. So I was at a flea market and I found one exactly like what my mom had and what was in the family. Now I expected to give $30 for it or more because if you look them up online, they're over $100. I was shocked to see when the woman said $5. Can you imagine how fast I bought that? Now, everywhere I go, it goes with me. Sometimes I put it up. Sometimes I keep it in the bag. But it's a symbol to me. It's a symbol. And I want to show it to you. I want to show you guys the actual. It's actually here right now. You can see I've only got 2 things in it right now to show, but hold on a second. Let me get this done. How you undo this thing here? But you can see everything about it. Well, that's wild. You see it's loose. It comes right out. See? So I'm using it for the background. I'm going to be using it for the background, and so I'll put it up here, stick it back here. Tomorrow, you guys are going to meet Allie. She don't do YouTube, but I kind of want to show people that I'm not with Smoky Mountain Mama. I don't know nothing to deal with her and rap, with Smoky Mountain Mama and all that. I don't know what's going on. To be honest with you, I don't want to be part of that. So there's something else I always take with me everywhere I go. So it's be easy to know it's me. I have a special hat. And it goes everywhere with me. It goes everywhere with me, like literally. Now, what I would really want to get at is the fact that no matter what people want to say about me or what people want to do and the lies, I'm not the person to be messing with right now. Really not. I mean, you see what I was going on? Y'all see what's going on? I like the teeth that looks like it would rip somebody apart. What's cool about that is even on the older one that hangs at my mom's, it's rotted. I've got a picture of it. I'll have to show you all the one that's rotted. It's I've got a picture of it somewhere. I'll put it up on my community post. I have to look it up and find it. But to pro streaming you, he was just he went live. Okay, cool deal. That's awesome. I'm glad he went live. That's great. Now Allie is shy. I met her a few months ago. I didn't want to bring her into YouTube, but I heard that somebody's already trying to dox kids and stuff with who she is and stuff. But so I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. I'm not going to give her last name, but I'm going to have her try to come up on tomorrow night after I get off work. Maybe do a live or something and bring her in. I don't know exactly what we're going to do with it, but we'll figure it out. But I don't think she should be on it. Well, she's got a little bit of influence, and I don't want to say too much. But people saying that Smoky Mountain Mamas gave me money and stuff and all this. I've never got a dime from her. Never got anything from her. I mean, I can show you my Cash App, and whatever Smoky Mountain Mama's Cash App or whatever it is, it don't show up in mine. And we all know that those records are there. So Yeah, I just don't understand why people want to put that out there for it like that. Exactly. Thank you. I'm not worried about them. I'm not worried about them at all. As a matter of fact, I want all of them. I really do want all of them. I mean, it's better that way if it's all of them. It really is. It works better when it's all when they're all working together. Is SMM an actress and model? She used to be. I actually got her photos from I don't know if it was on track modeling or it was one of those modeling things she did. And she also had a Facebook. It was before I was blocked. This is back in uh July or August or something. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's very pretty. It's very pretty. I've got it to where I can put it up and take it down, and I love it. But I'm going to start using that because if we're going to be tigers, we're going to be tigers, and that's just we're going to be cunning like that. We really are. So I've been playing around with these fools for a year and a half. I've act like I'm stupid. I've act like I'm dumb. I've act like I just just oblivious to things. The fact of the matter is, I wanted to do that. I wanted to be that because I wouldn't believe it how far these fools actually was going to go to destroy someone's life. That by meaning me. Now, we have things in the works that's going to be awesome. People don't see it, but they will. And no, I'm not talking about the rap deal. Again, Benny Keys brought that to me. I didn't know nothing about that. Whatever happened with that, they kept it under the wraps. They kept it under the wraps. Good. Well, that kind of makes sense, don't it? Kept it under the wraps. So, Ralph, if you're streaming me and if it is true about you having 6 days to do what needs to be done, and I don't even know what is it, a plea deal or something like that. I don't even know. Yeah, it'd probably be best if you get off the internet. I'll just be honest with you and do what you need to do. Because the fact of the matter is, if the DA does you that way, and if they're going to go for so high of a charge of what Benny Keys says, which I don't see it on public record anywhere right now. So I don't know what's true and what ain't. But here's the thing, guys. Benny Keys, and I hate to say this, but Benny Keys, god damn, he may be on to something because Tennessee law does state aiding and abetting. Because I was waiting for somebody to come out with that. It's also harassment of a witness, which Jimbo's really good at. And before you go and have your Lord come to Jesus 9-minute little deal there, Jimbo, and you you come to the Father and you ask all your forgiveness. Make sure you remember we have it all. We have it all. Just make sure you remember that, big boy. And I say that in the nicest way possible. Because the fact of the matter is, you're doing pretty much what you shouldn't do. If they are such a case that exists, again, I know nothing about it, but if there is such a case, or is, you see, I'm being dumb again. But if there is such a case, or if there are such a case, which it isn't, guys, hillbillies would use are. Okay, but if there is such a case, and it does exist, then Jimbo Collins just put himself right on top of line there for aiding and abetting. And you just better hope somebody don't have no good lawyers. That's all I'm going to say. But who knows? These days and times, they're a dime a dozen, right? That is, if you pay them, ain't that right, Rap? But I guess you're representing yourself or whatever on this case that Benny Keys is talking about. I don't know. But it's up in the air. But one thing I wanted to get straight to everybody, there was a bunch of lies that Nickalina made. There was a bunch of lies. And guys, there's a reason I showed you the tiger tapestry. There's a reason I showed you that. Dildo model for late night infomercials. Oh, hello, Alaska Bush. What are you doing, girl? God damn, I can't wait to see what happens. It's gonna be awesome, ain't it? I mean, I'm here with the popcorn. I'm here with the popcorn. But Nickalina's next. Y'all know that, right? I love her video, how she names all the mean girls. Oh my God, it's so great. I think whoever done that video, good God, give them a raise. Yeah, I got to be, got to do, and it names all the mean girls. That's so fun. So it's such an information thing, I'm telling you. But it's good. It's got good tone to it. It's got a good beat to it. Matter of fact, I watched it a few times a day, and just watching a few lives. I mean, Nickalina deletes a lot of it. You know, she always deletes her lives, especially when she says, "I'm in a police report for Smoky Mountain Mama," saying the police said I couldn't be around her kids and all that. I've never met her. I've never met her kids. I don't intend on meeting her. You know, these mean girls are stupid. Some of them are the most dumbest people ever. There's some stupid mean girls out there. But then again, there's mean girls that I talk to and Nickalina gets mad at. But Nickalina knows I'm telling the truth, don't you, Nickalina? Because you're scared right now. You're scared. For what reason? You're being awful quiet about certain things. But guess what, Nickalina? Certain things might have been your doom, literally. But watch this. I'm going to do what to the mean girls? Do not talk to ErnieShell. What did you say, Nickalina? And then you lied about the police report?
Not Michael's, hence why the daughter is safe and the son is not yet, but will be shortly. Because she is a fucking black widow. She did fuck around and find out. Thank God. These kids have good. And now Ernie's trying to get information to help Allison. Ernie, you and I and the mean girls, because I will make all the mean girls, I will blackmail them into this. You are not getting shit from creepy archivists to help Smoky Mountain Mama. Read your text messages, bro. She gets nothing. She's fucked. Go hang out with her, Ernie. She's gonna fuck you too. We tried to warn you. Ernie's texting creepy archivists trying to get information to help Allison. Bro, it ain't happening. Creepy archivist is not going to help you or Allison. Period. We know what happened. Yeah, if you want to save kids, save Allison's kids, bro. Don't be worried about some used up pussy. Don't. She is a fucking mental case that needs a straitjacket, bro. She's crazier than we ever thought you were. You dig? My God. Nick, call the cops. Well, I only got about 20 minutes, and I will be out of here because Ghost will be live. I'm not kidding. Yes. That's the only one that happened. That's the only one that happened. Oh, the police report. When she alleged he broke into her house last Friday early morning and had to hold him at gunpoint and wake Ryan up to call 911 and set the alarm off, she told the police he raped her that night too. Thank God they had not had any sexual relations in over 7 days. She failed to mention the gun, though. Never mentioned that she held him at gunpoint. She's fucked. She is fucked. Allison, you're fucked.
Allison, you're fucked. I finished it there for you, Nickalina. I don't know why it cut off at the end there, but I thought that was the best part. I mean, Allison, you are fucked. That's what it's probably some of the best part of it. But so I kind of started digging around, and this is something that's on the internet out there. Actually, Nickalina posted it. I think Griff is, posted it, and I come up with the actual police report here, and I was just kind of wondering. I was kind of wondering about it. I was like, "What the hell?" But if I was to put that out there, people can't actually read that, but you probably could read this one better. So, can you read that one better? So it says on 6/12/2023 at approximately 0111 hours, I was dispatched to, and you got the address for a burglary call. And a juvenile victim called dispatch to report, a juvenile victim called dispatch to report that suspect, old Matthew's been getting into a lot these days, entered the residence, and mother, victim Allison, was confronting the suspect with a gun. Victim Lane stated her ex-boyfriend was over for a resident for whatever her residence early today from noon to approximately 23:30 hours visiting. She stated that the suspect has mental and behavioral issues that she has been trying to assist him with. Uh, she's been trying to assist him with it, but he's unstable. She stated to her she was in bed and the suspect came through her front door unannounced and uninvited, using a key he somehow obtained. Okay. The victim immediately screamed at the suspect, "Get the fuck out of my house!" and tossed her phone to call 911. The suspect left the residence by the front door at approximately 0121 hours and left on foot with one piece of luggage. The victim has ring surveillance cameras, and officers were able to review the footage and the videos. The victim reported no injuries to herself. The victim was placed in fear for her life because of suspect's unpredictable behavior and having unauthorized access to her residence with a stolen key. The victim verified to officers she was never given the suspect a key. The victim secured a hotel room for the night due to the suspect's probability of returning, and officers escorted her away from the residence. Family crisis detective Vanessa. Hey, Vanessa, how you doing? You remember me? Nah. Neves was notified of the incident. Warrants will be placed on file. Okay, now here's what I want to go over, everybody. And this Benny Keys is here's where Benny Keys is right. You see, she confronted the suspect with a gun. She had a gun on him, obviously a weapon. I don't know why the police actually said gun. It should be with a weapon, and type of weapon it would be from that going on. It would say the actual name of the weapon, but it's okay. These days and times, people tend to miss out on a lot. So here's where things get crazy. If it wasn't severe, the police, and if Allison, I guess you'd say, was in the wrong, then the police would have done something when with the suspect with the gun thing. I'm just going to be honest with you. Tennessee law is very, very strict. I'm telling you. When I went through armed guard training, it was crazy. Now, there's ways around that. Like you can go through the NRA. You can go through the NRA. You can get your license through the NRA. But all you have to do is get your regular license through the NRA. You don't have to have your concealed weapons permit license through the NRA because Tennessee is an open carry state. Anyways, so in one license, you can carry concealed in Tennessee. People didn't know that. People don't know that. People think you got to get all concealed. Well, you don't. You don't at all. But I'm going to teach you something. When I went through my training in Knoxville, I was in Knoxville training. a lot of the Knoxville Police Department had to train and do their recertifications. So there's a few of them there. And to qualify, you've got to hit an 85 or above. Well, I hit 94, 96, 92. It depends on what weapons it was. Classroom training, I think it was a 94. But some of these officers over here, and they were shooting like Barney Fife, like they was usually using, well, I don't want to give away too much, but they were shooting 89, 90, and they was barely passing. So now shooting ain't the only thing you do. Of course, you do jams, you do scans, you do RG. There's a lot with it. If you people, you know what a stovepipe is. Who knows what a stovepipe is? Put a 1 in. And when I'm talking about a stovepipe that you put in a house, put a 1 if you know what a stovepipe is. That's when you're firing a weapon in the shell, the next shell bounces in and it turns around and it gets lodged in the chamber, right? That's what that is. And then it's stuck. And there's only certain ways that you can actually get that unstuck, and it sucks. It really does suck. Well, there's a couple steps you do to get that bullet free. Now, if you're in a situation and that happens, well, you've got mere seconds, like literally mere seconds. You have to understand what to do. So, Covenant Health, where my trainer and stuff is from, they're also the insurance that backed the $1 million policies and stuff to do the training. That's what I had. That's what was on me in case I was to shoot somebody in the damn firing range or something like that. And, you know, people's done weird things. I mean, hell, I've seen them look straight down at a barrel. And I was like, holy shit. But anyways, I've been in ranges before, outside ranges, and people drop a damn weapon and it just go to bouncing every damn where. Scare the shit out of everybody. Don't know nothing about that weapon. So the weapon I was assigned was a Glock 22. And the grain we used was 168 grain. Now, I don't know if you know much about 168 grain, but if you shoot somebody with 168 grain, all you need to do is walk over and feel their pulse. They're done. They're seriously done. Now, the ammo that we was issued, we had a count. We have a count on it. We was issued so many rounds. And at the end of your duty or your contract, you would turn your weapon and all that in. Now, remember, the weapon you use is the weapon you take. That is your baby. That is your baby. It's documented through the state, serial numbers on it, and you cannot use while on duty no other weapon. You cannot use no other weapon. So you learn a lot of things about, you know, just life in general, I guess you'd say, with it. Now, she confronted the suspect with a gun. I'm telling you, that's some serious shit right there. That's some really, really serious stuff. So what I hear now, me getting into it, and I've never really got into this, but I'm going to get into it because it's very, very interesting. It's what you people don't know. I believe it's what a lot of people are missing. A lot of people are missing what they don't know. But you never know. I mean, you really never know. But Benny Keys talked about the prong system. Oh, they are a prong system. And you do just have to hit one of them, which he was right on that. I don't like saying Benny Keys is right because I can't stand Benny Keys. But on a lot of it, he's right. And, you know, of course, I guess they had a lot of recording issues or something like that with him and Rap. And, you know, I didn't know supposedly he recorded a phone call and Rap was pouring his heart out to him. And then, you know, this Rap does this video, Food for Four. Well, food is slang for drugs. I don't think people knows that, but food is slang for drugs, ain't it, Rap? So who could be the four? Food for four. If you don't believe me, you guys can go ahead and Google this drug slang food, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It. Yes, you guys can like. You can like. You don't have to like. Like I said, I'm not who you think I am, and people are going to find that out real soon, which I really don't care. And it'll be too late. It'll be too late by then, but it'll all be taken care of. Nickalina thinks she's untouchable. Well, I got news for you. You're not. You're not untouchable. Jimbo, let me pray for you, son, okay? Lord in heaven, we come to you to pray for Jimbo Collins, a man who don't know whether he's Christian or sinner. He's Christian when it benefits him. He's sinner when it's not. Lord in heaven, we come over to Jimbo and we want you to lay your hands on poor old Jimbo and pray to you that Jimbo sees the light in more ways than one. For the track he's going down right now is a very, very dark, dark, dark track. The alley that he has chose to walk down by himself has a dead end at the end. Now, there you go. That's my prayer. Amen. There you go, Jimbo. I prayed for you, buddy. I hope everything, BK for food at the end of the going is like Rap said to BK, food for four at the end. Well, food slang for drugs. But anyways, we'll go into that later. Since I've got all these people that's after me. Pirate Calypso. Lord have mercy, sweetie. He was talking about Kentucky. Kentucky, ever since 1977, Taylor versus Taylor, while 366 states you cannot go into Kentucky. Bounty hunters not allowed to go into Kentucky. It's a Class D felony. Most bounty hunters stay the hell out of Kentucky. Now, there have been instances, like in Fayetteville, when people needed to go into Kentucky to do certain things. And they would do what's called a courtesy call. They would let the police arrest them and bring them out over across state line like in Tennessee, and then they would pick them up from there. That's doable. That's very doable. Or the police can make the arrest, fill out the report, switch out cuffs, and then you take over. That's how that works. But there's always a courtesy call. Everybody will tell you, every bounty hunter will tell you, there's always a courtesy call when going into states like Kentucky and Virginia and places that's Commonwealth, but a lot of bounty hunters stay away from Kentucky. They won't even write you a bond if you're from Kentucky. I know that by the hard way because in Tennessee once before, was it Tennessee? I don't even know where it was at. They wouldn't give me a damn bond because they're Kentucky. Fierce and feisty girls. 4 minutes left. What is 4 minutes? Seems Jimbo can't tell the truth anymore. Jimbo, Thelma, and Kemper are all liars. They're bad off. They're really, really bad off. The fact of the matter is, they're going down a road that they probably don't want to go down, but they're going down it. So I love it. I love it. Sometimes, just sometimes, things happen God puts in play. God usually puts these things in play for reasons. He puts them in play for reasons. Because he sees all. He sees everything that's going on. Everything. I'm on my lunch break. Well, I got off work. I work freaking almost 12 hours a day these days. And I'm just going to be honest with you. Oh, hell. Putting that 25-pound vest on, it ain't really a good deal these days, especially me getting old and sick and trying to lug around I'm just telling you, some crazy shit. The people says, how do you do that? Well, the state of Tennessee, I have my license ran and had the TBI do a check. Comes back good since I've never been convicted of a felony. Pretty wild. You see, Kentucky is the only where the trouble is. Kentucky is the only place. That's where the trouble's at. That's it. So, if anybody's any questions, please, feel free. But, what's crazy is I kind of have a notion, and I'm probably going to be messed up for this, but to see if Benny Keys wants to come up. I mean, I really do have a notion to bring him up. I really do. I don't know why, but I do. I really do. Because he hit on some points, guys, that was really that a lot of people wouldn't have figured out. So thank you for teaching some of this. The thing about it is, people, Benny Keys is a jailhouse lawyer. I'm going to be honest with you. He knows a lot about the inside. He knows a lot about the law, period. And a lot of places reciprocate with Tennessee. A lot of places don't with Kentucky. Well, Kentucky's another story. So I'm going to put a panel out right here, right now. I'm going to put a link out. And I really want to hear more about this because I'm going to be honest with you. When he came up on my panel the other night, he shocked the shit out of me. He really shocked the shit out of me. And I first thing I did afterwards, I went looked Knox County and nothing showed up. But I was thinking, I was like, it wouldn't show up until if he actually accepts a plea or not. And if he accepts a plea, either way, he gets arrested again and charged with a charge. So it ain't like he's going to be able to say, no, I don't accept your plea and just go on. If that's what's going on, he's not going to be able to do that. It's actually going to have, he'll have to be arrested again. And then he is actually taken to, well, I mean, the NSOPW and then run through the RSO stuff. Because then he admits, well, I mean, he's going to find out that damn registered sex offender stuff happens a lot quicker than the trials and stuff ahead. So, I mean, if this is true. But if Benny Keys wants to come up, did I put the link in the chat? I've been working too damn hard these days. Here, hold on a second. My lives are always going to be great, guys. I'm not going to lie. Ever since I got my fucking background back, I'm very, very happy. Jimbo needs rent money. So how many subs? So many subs left. He's taking in MG. How many evictions does make, Ernie? Well, Jimbo's been evicted probably about 5. Has he been evicted again? I don't pay no attention to him. Don't care. But if somebody could go grab Benny Keys, I mean, we're not friends and we'll never be friends and see eye to eye. But I would like him to explain because he kind of hit it right on the damn head if that's what's happening. I mean, I don't like to be able to give him credit, but he's on to something because he hit it. I mean, the law, okay, so here's the thing. I know about Tennessee law. I can tell you about anything about Tennessee law. I know sections of Tennessee law. I know all that stuff. I can tell you the TS guy. I can tell you all that with Tennessee. When it comes to Tennessee, I mean, a damn book of laws, literally. So I know a lot about it, but I'm just kind of wanting to see what, you know, because I just didn't think, him being from Texas, he would even understand what's going on in Tennessee. But he actually done his homework probably, and if it is what's going on, he said it just like it would happen because that is exactly the steps they do. Now, I've seen people say the grand juries, this and that. The fact of the matter is, nobody ever knows when the grand jury is going to convene. Nobody knows. Nobody knows anything about the grand jury. That is one day that nobody knows. I'll tell you one person that does know is the judge. And the judge is the one that appoints that date. Nobody else knows when the grand jury is getting together. Nobody knows. The DA don't even know until the day that the judge appoints the damn date. That's the way it goes. Now, if this is true, which I'm going to be honest with you, I hope it's not. I don't like rap, but there is parts of it that he is young, stupid, and dumb. I can't stand him. I want to beat his ass. But there is parts of me that does have that heart and does kind of feel for him. Not going to lie. Not going to lie at all. But if this has happened to him and this is what he's going through, and it's been going on all the way back whenever the hell it happened, it's going to be bad. It's going to be really, really bad. I gave people enough time to go get Benny Keys there. I don't think Benny's wanting to come up on my panel. It's okay. I just wish I knew more about it. I've tried to text people. I ain't got no answer. So I tried to contact 2 or 3 different people. Heard nothing from it. So they don't know. Nobody knows. So, I mean, does that woman know if she blackmails someone he can I don't know what you're talking, Lisa. You have to explain to me. I can't understand. See, I mean, if you're talking Spanish, see, does that woman know if she blackmail? I mean, can you write it over, please? I can't read it. Does that woman know if she blackmails someone that she can get to jail? Yeah, damn, somebody's drunk a little bit one too many tonight. Nickalina doesn't care, Barbara Walters says. Nickalina could be leading him into the pits of hell. But we don't know. Nickalina is very, very silent these days. I think she's scared to death. She's untouchable, right? I think not. But anyways, please write that over. What is that? By MMT. See, I don't even know what none of these words is. Oh, Mama T. Might be Mama T. I don't even know. I'm no good with this slang shit and these little bitty abbreviations and stuff. I mean, there's only one alphabet that I know. Oh, damn, I don't know why I had to laugh for. I mean, oh, damn. But anyways, oh, damn. You know, I've been working on my voice. I have. I've been working on the more inner side voice, and then I've been trying to work on the lower voice. But so I was trying to get my wolfy voice. I was trying to get a good wolfy voice, but it didn't come out until yesterday, and it sucked. And I was like, damn, it needs to be deeper. So I had to go and throw another. Well, if you're like me, you don't have nothing to do all day. After you get off work, you just sit there and you think about things. And if you ain't got shit to do and you're done watching YouTube, I don't even understand YouTube no more. So I try to not watch it as much, even though my messengers are look at this photo. Oh, they said this about Ernie. I don't give a damn. Say whatever you want to about me. But what I like to do is I like to sit and practice on my voice. So I'll be like, I'll go into stages like volumes and stuff. I'll be like, just example, I'll say like testing 1, 2, 3. And then I'll say, well, it's a little slow. Testing 1, 2, 3. It's better. Okay, cool. Then I'll be like, testing 1, 2, 3. And then I'll be like, I like that, but it needs to be deeper. So I'll be like, testing 1, 2, 3. And sometimes it kind of gets stuck in your throat. And you're like, sucks. But in other times you can actually do things. And it is wild. You can change your voice up. I tried to quit doing the poo. Y'all remember a poo? He be like a thank you, man. Like that. I quit doing that shit, man. Oh my God, that gave me the worst headache. And I never was no good at no Jamaican voice or nothing like that because the hillbilly accent comes out, and it's just hard to train these days. I mean, like, well, you can't get rid of that shit because it's there for life, I guess. And Jimbo makes fun of me for saying no and no and all that. I do that shit on purpose. I do that shit on purpose because I knew. There you go, Jimbo. I said it for you. Are you happy? Your voice scares them when you do it like that. What really scares them is what I am. but they don't know, and they will never know, because what's inside me is deeper than they will ever be. And it just changes. God dang, it's scary. But sometimes it comes out. It's manifesting. Oh, damn, I'll make a damn joke or some shit. But then there's times that I will always know who and what people will do. That's good, ain't it? Wild, ain't it? But you never know. I could be. I'm Batman. You see, that's content. This is the Tiger Hunt voice. No, this is the ass stomp. I can't do it. Hold on a minute. I got hair all over my damn phone. Fucking cat. Kitty, 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 kitty. Come here, booger picker. Where you at? Kitty, 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 kitty. Come here, booger picker. Kitty, 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 kitty. Booger picker. Come here. Yeah, the cat's name's Booger Picker. Y'all don't be making fun of the cat now. Allie wouldn't like that at all. And it's funny how the cat got the name Booger Picker. I ain't even gonna go in with it. It got its damn claw stuck in its nose. And the damn thing's so old its claws don't retract. And the next thing you know, you can imagine how much pain that probably got in. I better not have dreams about that voice. Oh, I can get deeper. I can get demon voice. I mean, like, I can make it worse. Pain you have ever seen, felt. I'll make your body tremble as you bleed from the head to your toes. Your eyes will endure all the pain, the suffering. See, I could go into some crazy shit. We can go into some crazy shit. Let's see here. Society has gone insane. Let me read this. Nickalina isn't scared. Speculation is she backed off Jimbo, playing fake. Everybody get along. So she focused her time in coaching rap, organizing info on SMM. Thank you. You see what I'm talking about? Sometimes, tell Allie I have a kitten that needs a home. Well, you guys get to meet Allie first thing, probably tomorrow, hopefully. I'm debating putting her on here, but she'll probably, I don't know if she's going to show herself, but she'll come on with me. Only at Ernie's. Exactly. I called a couple school boards. I ain't going to say much. And I was like, do you know you have a man who works for you who is hating on a rape victim? You know, shit like that, right? That is if it's true. That is if it's true. Then they asked me my name. I said Benny Keys. You know, I used to do Woody Woodpecker laugh. Who remembers Woody Woodpecker? Put a one in the chat if you remember Woody Woodpecker. Let me see if I still do that shit. That would be wild, wouldn't it? No, I can't do it no more. Shit. That's the voice, so I just can't do it. Will you be live with Allie in AM or PM? I mean, I don't know yet. I'm waiting to see the sides. I don't want to go too live early because I work. I got to work till 9 o'clock tomorrow night. So, but it is what it is. But we'll be showing everything. I want to show you the nice little place I live at. I want everybody to see that what I do. I'm kind of going to show y'all a little picture album thing I got that I keep everywhere I go. I kind of keep it with me. There's 3 things I take with me, actually. Actually, there's 2, actually. Well, 3 now. So, But I'm kind of going to share my life with you guys a little bit. Maybe not too much, but I'm kind of wanting to start opening up to you guys. I want to prove to you guys that I'm not who you think I am, but I'm doing it slowly. And then on the way, if people go to jail, people go to jail. For people to say that I'm this wanted evil criminal and all that, it ain't like that. But I will say this, Rap, if all this is true on you, which I don't know, I only heard from Benny Keys, which I'd like to know more about. Of course, Benny ain't coming up for some odd reason, but he would invite me on his panel, but I just can't go up on somebody's panel like that. He may offer me heroin or something like that. And, the druggie that I am, I don't know if I could turn it down. I mean, just be honest, right? I mean, they say I'm a drug addict, but, it is what it is, I guess. I'm not. Don't even know what it looks like. Well, I'm not saying all that, but I'm just saying I wouldn't even know, the fundamentals of it. So it is what it is, right? Ernie, you just stay safe. Oh, I'm very safe. Very, very safe. Got a shotgun, a rifle, and a four-wheel drive. Country boy can survive. So I went to the Peter Festival, that Benny likes to call it, and I had a great time there. I had a real good time. The reason I didn't talk during the video, to be honest with you, is because my voice was out. Sometimes with with my situation, my voice kind of goes out, and I'm not feeling too good. But I needed the sunlight, and I needed to get out and walk around because I hadn't done that in a while, and I just needed to get more mobility, and I did. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Benny. I know you call it the Peter Festival or whatever. That's cool, but I had a good time. I really did. Arts and crafts. I had a blast. I got to see some old fashioned quilts that I hadn't seen since my mama's, because my mama used to make those old fashioned quilts, and I had never seen that. And I got to see some new techniques. I got to see people making and stuff. It was pretty cool. So I had a good time. I had a real good time. And to the person who invited me to that, I appreciate you. But I'm just sad that getting to meet you in them conditions, that my voice was out. But I do appreciate you, and you helping me out with what you've helped me out with, because it's been awesome. It really has. Hillbilly Nitro USA Benny Knees is always thinking about Peters. Well, back in the day, him and Jimbo used to argue about mine. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it gave me kind of psychological issues. I mean, here I'll tune in, and Jimbo be talking about me, and Benny be talking about me, and I'm like, I'll be looking down, I'll be like, they're talking about you, right? Shit. I mean, it gave me issues. It really did give me issues. If it was to happen, and was to meet who Jimbo calls the whore of the internet, Smoky Mountain Mama, and I tried to do anything with her like they said I've been doing, well, shit, things wouldn't work anyways. So it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. So here I am going back and getting a maca. If anybody knows anything about maca, for you gentlemen out there, I highly recommend it. Society is going insane. That's cool, Ernie. It's great for health of mind and body to get out to be around healthy environments. Hillbilly USA laughing ass off, which I'd laugh my ass off too. Just don't be drinking nothing whenever I'm on live, because if you're drinking on something, you're liable to spit the shit out. I'm going to be honest with you. Women can take maca too. Oh, Lord, the fucking Indians have evaded my damn thing. There's Indians in here, people. Everybody say how. Yes, Emily. Emily, if you have a sickness and you need help, you can always go to Emily. She will pour you green tea or some kind of, she'll make you a special bath. Let me tell you about it. She'll make you a special bath. Now, I think she made my special bath just so she could see what I was working with. I don't know. But that little curtain, little beads, they say don't go nowhere with women with curtain beads. Well, by God, I was like, is this the curtain and I'm going to be sitting in the tub? So I'm sitting out here looking, and I'm undressing myself, and I'm looking for her, see where she's at. So she has old wooden floors, and they creak and crack, and they got spaces in them. Well, my toes ain't used to those spaces, and I about broke one damn thing. And the next thing you know, I've got a towel, and I'm sitting here going over toward this tub around the corner. I guess it's like an old-fashioned tub. And I see steam coming out the son of a bitch, and it ain't just regular steam. It's like a green kind of steam. And I'm putting my ass in that. Are you kidding me? You're wanting me to put my ass and my belongings in that? And then she comes out around the corner and she sticks her head out, and I'm like, I thought you was over somewhere else. And she's like, yes, you go get in the tub. Okay, okay, cool. I said, they no bubbles. You didn't put no bubbles in the damn thing. How the hell am I supposed to hide Floppy? Which I'm probably going to change the name to it since Benny Keys took my name. He started calling his Floppy, so I'm damn sure changing it. I think I've changed it to Steel or something like that, or Tiger Puss. I don't know. But anyways, so here I am. I'm getting over here, and I've never met this one. Well, I've met her before. I've never really got this kind of close like that. Hello, Stacy May. How you doing? You accomplished you. You need to quit fucking messaging me and getting me in trouble. I didn't do it. You did it. It's your fault. Anyways, I get my big ass in the tub, and it's hot as shit. It's hot as hell. And you know how you kind of ease going down? You ease going down, right? Because you do not want them family jewels to hit it first. I'm just going to be honest with you. Coke 45 and 2 zigzags. You forgot the 2 zigzags. God dang it. Code 45 zigzag. Come on, you forgot the 2 zigzags. Come on, man. Hot damn. You just ruined the whole damn thing. Go back and change your name. Then come back. It's Coke 45 and 2 zigzags. Baby, that's all we need. We can take them. I make fun of songs and shit. I can sit here and go all night long. But anyways, my ass finally gets in this thing, and I'm sitting here and I'm rocking back and forth. You got to get the steam off of it. And you got to get the good feeling, right? So I'm sitting here and I'm feeling it, and all of a sudden I can just feel it absorbing in my body. And I hear her from the corner over there, and she says, "Lay down." And I'm like, "Lay down, hell! Get all your body in it and let it soak it up for a few minutes." I said, "Okay, fuck it." So I lay down, and it's water green, brown shit just coming all over my body. And I'm sitting there like, I don't even know what's in this shit. Don't have no clue. Shit, nurses and doctors are ER strangers and see bodies. It's okay. Emily tried to doctor you up. Well, Emily's not your average nurse or doctor. She's one of these Indian kind of things, and she's very smart on herbs. That's all I know. So I get in here and I'm laying down and I'm like, fuck, this feels good. Because I can feel like my muscles and my joints just like coming loose and putting back together again. And then it gets down into my legs and I can just feel some crazy stuff and I can feel the force. Shoot, I don't know what was in that, but I'll tell you one thing. I reached new heights. That's all I'm going to say. So she sticks her head out from behind the door there, and she comes in, and I'm sitting here, and I'm like, and while I'm in brown and green water, you can't see nothing really. And I sit up, and I'm like, damn, this feels pretty good. And she said, I told you would, silly. Oh my God, you are such a hoe, man. You bigger hoe than your mama is. Won't you come up here and tell me what's going on with it? Won't you come up here, man? Let me know what the hell's going on. Come up here, Benny. I need to know. Shit, you know about all this shit. Quit being a hoe. Come on, Benny. We put her past behind us a little bit. Ernie, you go to Candace again. Oh, I've got a lot of shit on Candace. Nobody knows. But anyways, I don't fuck around with that shit. Benny. What's up with you and all these damn names, bro? What's up with you all these names, man? You're up, Benny. Unmute. I can't hear Benny. Can anybody else hear Benny? Well, Benny, the county hunter or whatever the fuck you are, you can come up, man, if you want to. I don't care. Morgantown, West Virginia here. That's good.
Can you hear me?
Man, it raining? Yeah, I hear you, bro. What's up?
Yeah, it's raining like a bitch, man. No, just like
Me and
you were
you've had a
saying,
lot
bro.
of
I wish the
differences.
best for everybody. Even Hillbilly
Well, dude,
Nitro.
look,
He's
here's
still
the
being
thing.
a
Here's
hoe
the
2
thing. You
years
fuck.
later about me taking a strike on him and shit, bro. Quit being a hoe down there, bro. Quit that.
Well, you're a bigger hoe than I am. Ever thought about being?
No. I'm talking to Hillbilly Nitro down there. He's still being a hoe because I took a
Oh, I
video
don't
from
know
him a
nothing
year
about. I
ago.
don't even know who that is. I have no idea
I
who
don't
that
either,
is.
man. He's a real bitch. Anyways, I'm just playing.
So
Good to
how
see
the
you,
hell did
Hillbilly.
you find out about all this? I didn't know. You put
I
me in
talked to
shock,
the
bro. I ain't
DA.
gonna lie.
I talked to the DA.
So you talked to the DA
Yes.
because what you said was.
I talked to
Go
the
ahead.
district attorney. I don't want to say her name. I got to be real careful because they just really trying to play around on this internet. But so the woman DA, the elected DA for Knox County, is a woman, and she's gonna cut her teeth on certain kind of offenses. Those are going to be sex offenses and domestic violences. So male attorney, he's going to attack other things, drugs, whatever is his mission statement for election year, right?
Well, a
So
woman's going to appeal to the female. Exactly.
yeah. She's going to be automatically an advocate for that. So that's where you kind of in a catch-22 right there with her, So I just was
Well,
really just
before this
informing
is what I'm
myself.
talking about.
Go ahead.
Before this, you talked to Rap or something on the phone. You said because that's what shocked the shit out of me because I didn't even know nothing about an existing case coming up. I swear to God, I didn't.
Nickalina
I was
did
talking
though.
about the shit
She
in. I was
knows.
talking about the shit in Missouri.
I know there's a lot flying around, right? And my stuff doesn't have anything to do with the internet, and everyone tries to make it about the internet, and clearly there's the threshold. I'm doing the same thing anyone else is doing on the internet publicly. I'm not contacting people privately. I might say I am, and it gets a rise out of people just like they try to get a rise out of me. I just don't play into that. But all of this stuff is unfolding, and like even what Jimbo did last night, he aided and abetted last night.
Oh
And
yeah,
now you see the
somebody
coming to
showed me
Jesus
that
today, right?
Oh yeah, he's coming to Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah,
Did it
because that's
work?
an
Did
8
it
to
work?
30. It's 8 to 30. If you abet that man, and they just like you have said before, bro, they casting a big net. They are watching all of this shit. They're watching all of this shit. And if you abet that man and this conspiracy goes super large, like anyone that's tied to it that helped him, 8 to 30 years is what you're looking at, and you're gonna have to register with him because you're a conspirator on a sex case.
Well,
you're gonna have to register.
Either way, when you're charged with something like that, you register. They don't know that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the bonds, I hate it for the dude because, like you was saying, bro, man, you know what? Look, man, Rap helped me through a hard time in my life. And I didn't know he was going through a hard time. He didn't even, he wasn't selfish in that way, Ernie. He didn't say, oh man, I need to. No, he was very supportive. If I needed to talk, he was there. He was positive. And I don't really know what happened. I wish him the best, but all of this stuff is available to see. Like you said, you just got to know where to look at. You know what I mean? If you have connections.
Here in the next few days, Benny, I want to get with you on something. I've got something I want you to look at.
Okay.
It comes from the coroner over in Poplar Bluff, and I think you know what I'm talking about.
Well, respectfully, sir, and this is no disrespect to you or anybody else. I just, that's a touchy spot with me because I've went through the death of some children when I was a youngster, and it just, all of that is just kind of something I'd rather just kind of stay out of, just out of respect for the dead and for the family that, I don't know. It's a touchy spot for me you know, and I
I
don't.
understand that, and I respect your decision on that. But I'm just telling you, man. Oh my God,
And we're
dude.
not talking behind you. You're not talking to me domestically in real life. We're not talking on the internet. We're not talking on the phone. This is the first conversation me and you have had civilly in, I would say, quite some time. And
Probably over a year and a half.
probably, you know, and I really just, I think the thing that happened last night over at Jimbo's was extra egregious. And I feel like the verbiage, the calling her a gutter horse slut and all of that. I guess in terms, if you had to pick people on the internet to say that to, you're probably not going to say that. You don't want to pick the person that's got an indictment sitting, waiting for a sex case. You don't want to call her that. That's
Well, I mean, something else too.
Huh?
You do him doing that, and him supposed to be this big famous coach in these areas. That's not going to look too good if she was to decide to take it all like to the local news station right there, where what's going on.
I agree. Not only that, but the weird stuff on the internet. I mean, go look at the stuff on the internet. The Nature Boys and the 1090 Jakes. He's going to show you all these people on the internet that act wild and get fucked up in the court for it. Pardon my French, right?
Oh my God, dude. You're exactly right, man. I mean, you're exactly right.
Yeah. So I don't want any, I want the same thing for rap, bro. And I want to say this to you. I want the same thing for you, bro. Just a clean due process. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I'll tell you right now, bro, I trolled you. I do not know the man who owns the van. I don't know the man. I just trolled you, and legitimately, my concern was twofold. It was for the public, because I didn't know what was going on with you. Maybe it's a movie, like you say, and this isn't about you. But I just want to say that I didn't have anything to do. I don't have anything to do with talking with that man. And I, you know, it was some trollery. And I think that
Nickalina made a phone call.
Well, I'm saying I don't know about that. If she did, then
But I do. I've got it all.
That.
I've got it all. I've already been looking into my case and everything. We've already been deciding stuff. So, you know,
and I wish everyone the best when it comes to their legal issues, because it's a lot of us have a foot in the true crime community, and we have feet in other community and different things. And you know, I can't want something different for you or rap than I want for me. Right? If I want clean due process for me, I gotta want that for you and everyone else. Right? So I did, however, on Griff's channel. I don't know how it slipped by me, but Griff posted a video that was about 30 seconds, and it sounds like Rap is crying, and he's admitting to you know, having to sleep on the couch, and that she had basically cut him off from any sexual contact because, from her opinion, it seemed that he was obsessed with sex. And it was not anything I'd ever heard before. And he appeared to be very emotional and crying. And I don't know if he was crying for him or if he was crying for her. It's not for me to decide who he was crying for. But I think that there's a lot of stuff going on with all of this. And unfortunately, a lot of those people did things to me or tried to do things to me. And I just vowed to myself, like, I'll be there to celebrate the blunders. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, I didn't do none of these things to these people. But I do. Like you said, I can be a jailhouse lawyer, but I also know how to use the Google and the telephone like everybody else. Right. And
the Google comes in handy.
Yeah. But with his situation, you're looking at a twofold situation, because I think anybody here that's ever dealt with the law or watched Law and Order, they offer you a lesser charge out of the gate. Your best option is to take that, because if you deny a lesser charge and you want to play hardball, they can come back with a digital penetration. They can come back with an aggravated. They can come back with the rape. There's 5 different ways that Tennessee classifies sex offenses.
And then they can come in with the aiding and abetting, harassing a witness, and all that.
Yeah, I mean, and typically when you think of aggravated sexual assault, the people that are not up to knowledge on that, a lot of times you think it has to have to do with something with a weapon, right? You have to do something knife point or gun point. No, you can have someone help you before or after the fact, help you conspire in that, and now it aggravates it.
I'm just going to say this. The links that was sent to me and the lives that was recorded and sent to me last night, and where the marks are at, Jimbo threatened her.
Yeah, he did. You see,
and that's not civil no more.
Go Go ahead. I'm sorry. What'd you say? I
That's
spoke over.
that's not that's over the civil ring, man. That's criminal.
Yeah, it is. And I think a lot of people look at the screenshots, and the screenshot world is a very tricky world, especially when it comes to her Cash App, the Knoxville Liquor Warehouse, her Cash Apps to Rap, or those are different. But you're looking at a lot of this stuff, and it looks like it makes great ingredients for drama on the internet. However, what it's constituting is that the man still has a remote connection into her computer, and that is highly against the law.
The idiot even said that. Jimbo said that. He's got straight into it. He's got all that. That he fucked himself so bad right there. He don't even understand what he did.
It's all ego, and I wish for him that he could stop the ego, because the ego is not going to help you win, especially when your cases have to do with the internet. He's got a stalking case that's going to be run from the internet. It's going to be YouTube evidence in that. This situation with Allison is going to be YouTube evidence into that. So I think that everybody just needs to chill out. That would be what I would say. Let's just everybody chill out, because it's a lot of internet terrorism going on right now, like completely terrorism, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of fuckery going on, mind fuckery.
Absolutely. And I don't agree with a lot of things you've done. You don't agree with a lot of things I've done, and I think that we both agree on that. And so I don't work with Ernie, but I think that when it comes to what happened, and I'll be honest with you, man, I've said some distasteful things about Smoky Mountain Mama myself. However, in light of all of the things you see going on, I'm only human, so I reserve the right to retract my opinion and state a new opinion if I want to.
Well, the fact of the matter is, I've never met her, dude. I don't know her. I do not know her like that.
So can I ask you a couple of questions just about things that have popped up on the internet? And if you don't want to answer them, you don't have to, and there's no pressure. I'm not going
to. It's a free country, man. Go right ahead.
So the messages that you, and this is just understanding.
You talk about the email. You talking about the emails or something? I sent to Rap in August.
No. Nothing about any of that. That stuff is just between you and him. It didn't seem to be any issue. So did she send you any? Because if she sent you Cash App stuff that ended up on Jimbo's through the filter of the continuum, then it's not an issue for Rap. But if he obtained those things himself through her computer or through her email or her Cash App, and then sent those to Jimbo, it's a problem for Jimbo too. It would be a problem for both of those. It would be in the spirit of receiving stolen property, right? If you're going to accept something from someone, you have to first ask, hey, what is this and where did it come from? If you accept it and then you transmit it, you have an issue now, right? So did she send you things that ended up over at Jimbo's possibly?
No.
Okay. So you don't have any copies of her Cash Apps?
No.
Her personal stuff. Okay. Now, quite naturally, when she sends him $100 and said, "This is for the pussy I'm going to give you," pardon my French, but that's between the two.
No, Rap sent me that. Rap sent me that. He sent me that in a text message.
No. I'm just saying, when he sends you a screenshot of their person to person, that's fine. But if he's sending around stuff from her personal purchases from Knoxville Liquor Warehouse, that's not to him. So what you understand is he should not have access to that. And that he has access to that is federal. That's a federal issue.
Well, the last time I noted, or last time I talked to her, she was talking about how he had control of her Facebook and he locked her out of it completely.
Yeah, that's all highly illegal. You cannot do that.
Oh yeah, it's a felony.
Absolutely, it's a federal issue too. I mean, it could be a federal or a stateside issue depending on how they want to run it. But the other thing is because all of these things are happening on cellular devices, they're going to want to see them phones immediately at some point. And if you don't have something to prove up, this is the thing. If they've only got the stuff from her side on it too, but they're going to want to look at her side to correlate it with what is on his side. If he doesn't have anything to show them, they could hit him with a tampering. Because if he throws away the evidence, he's tampered with the evidence now too. He's going to have to turn over the phones and the stalking, anything that has to do. Go ahead.
What fucks him up, man, is when we was talking about that, it said that there was a couple of devices that she could get in, but she would have to give the code. And one of them was his actual MacBook. It shows that. And she's got she got copies of that. So that's gonna fuck him over royally right there.
Yeah, these people on the internet, Ernie, these people on the internet are trying to convince people that a victim of a crime that the DA has saw, they've decided that it's met the preponderance. So they've offered him a deal, right? That's what he said. Now, whether or not that's the truth, that's for them to figure out, right? I know the truth.
Read what's on the screen, Benny.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't either, but we're just discussing stuff right now. That's all we're doing. I mean, there's nothing illegal what we're doing right here. We're discussing. We're discussing Tennessee. We're discussing Tennessee. That's all we're doing.
I don't take orders from like little kitten emojis and avatars and stuff, but I just, you know what I mean? So it's like a real situation. If you don't have something to prove up when it comes to discoveries and all of these things, man, it can tack it all on, right? So the issue is that there was a digital penetration and a penal penetration by his confession. So they've offered him a battery, which the battery could consist of just the penile or just the digital.
You're right. You're right, and they could go for all that, and they could actually.
If he doesn't accept the battery,
they
they could bring the rate back. They could bring a digital penetration, and then they could offer him 10 on one, 20 on the other. And to get rid of 10, he's going to have to just plead to the rape or whatever sex charge they give him to get rid of one charge, right? They'll allow him. They don't play ball with him. They're already playing ball with him.
Well, dude, I was looking at this shit, and if it's a high enough rape, it's like 16 to 20 years, bro.
Yeah,
and
I mean the battery starts at $1 to
$50,000 fine.
Yeah. I mean, the battery is I shouldn't say just because it's serious. 1 to 6 with a $5,000 fine. But then you got the lifetime registry and all that too.
Well, battery is just a sexual physical contact. That's pretty much what that is.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the battery can even be on top of the undergarments. So all you got to do is grab a breast under a bra. If he says no and you do it, that's sexual battery. You don't have
so many people get hit with sexual battery. So many people get hit with sexual battery. It's not even funny.
Yeah, you could grab a woman's butt in the bar, and if she doesn't like it, she'd call the cops, and that's now battery.
I know a girl that was dancing on top of the bar and about fell, and because the guy grabbed her ass to help her hold her up and stuff, she hit him with that.
Yeah, you can. So it's a dangerous situation, and I just would tell Rap, I'm not an attorney at all. However, it's not hard to tell when you got stuff that you got multiple cases that all stem from the internet. Probably the internet is so you probably should just back right away from the internet and all the wild shit and all the wild people that you're associated to, because in their plight to help you and being idiots, they don't understand they've abetted you. And now they are also criminally culpable and would have to register. So they're not going to play games with Rap. He has charges all over the world now. Somebody's going to make an example out of him, especially if he doesn't change his behavior.
Well, you notice you said something that really made sense and everything is what they'll do is if that plea is on the table after the time limit and they call him or whatever and ask him however they want to do it there's different ways they meet up and do things. But as soon as he says, I'm not accepting the plea, or I thought about it, I'm not going to accept it, or whether he does, he automatically gets arrested.
You're right. It's active now. It'll be active.
Exactly. And then they'll take him down and they'll go into the NSLPW, which is the National States, which actually where they do all the things. They'll fingerprint him through a different system, and they'll take his photo for the RSOs.
That's what they did to Brandon Lawson out of Hawkins County. Same thing.
And they do it before you're even convicted.
Correct. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. They can do all of everyone.
So
I wish
either or Rap's getting ready to have a picture or a poster of being RSO. So that's just all they are to it. If that's true what you're saying, man, I mean
you could pull it if you wanted to. You could pull up Griff's, and on Griff's, man, it's a whole nother confession. And what I hate about it is that because all of this stuff happens on the internet for him, he can't suppress all the things on the internet They're not
No
going to
shit.
suppress anything from the internet because it all is happening here.
And video's gold.
It is gold. It's a confession is a confession nowadays. And guess what? They rather hear a pre-recorded confession because that solidifies in their mind. They're like, oh shit. This dude, the first confession, he was laughing with the liberators. The second confession, it had sunk in what it was. Right?
Exactly.
It sunk
Well,
in what it
here's
was.
the
Now
thing.
all of a sudden he's upset about it, right?
If the prosecutors, which they probably do, and the DA have that part where he says, I busted a nut in that bitch real quick, he's fucked himself so bad because Tennessee don't put up with that shit, man.
No. And so a lot of people here on the internet as well, they're trying to make a woman, they're trying to chastise her because, well, first of all, the woman lost her husband to suicide. They're calling her a black widow. She meets up with another dude that's got all this stuff going on. This stuff happens to her. She's drinking, whether it's a little bit or a lot of it or whatever. I think that there's ample reason to believe that the woman is going through a lot of mental stress and that she's leaning on alcohol. And so everyone, because she leans on alcohol, and as far as I know, she's only been with rap since her husband died. That's all I know. They're trying to make it seem like you're with her. I don't believe that. So
I'm not.
How is she a gutter whore? She was good for money when she was giving it to Jimbo. How come she's a gutter whore now? I don't get it.
Well, you know, when he was pulling, and the thing about it is, anytime he put SMM and no means no and all that shit up there, he would pull thousands and thousands of views right off the bat. But now, I mean,
he's got a daughter in there he's putting on the internet with Constance Sue, and he's got a son over there who's listening to their daddy and their mom in there holler at the computer and call people.
Well, he's exploiting his daughter right now.
Yeah, I seen that. He definitely don't have a problem exploiting people's kids and shit. I mean,
No.
I don't know what's wrong. I wish Jimbo the best. I wish Thelma the best. I would wish them all the best. Right? I can't want for me something great and want shit for everybody else. You
have to admit the other night, the live Thelma did. Let me show you this. This is fucking hilarious. You have to admit, I don't know, and you might be able to tell me exactly what it was. Oh shit, it's in here somewhere. Wait a minute.
But unfortunately, the issue is that Nickalina is definitely put herself in the crosshairs of the court by being the chief abettor, right? Because there's not just one confession, there's two confessions. There's two. And you see in the second one, he's appearing to have remorse. He's very remorseful. He admits that she says that he has an obsession for sex. And it also looks as if because of the obsession and the cut off of sexual contact, he took it. In his own words, he took it. So, I mean, it's an open and shut case. What she says on the internet, the this or that, I mean, even the I'll take it far. I even said something about that and I shouldn't have, because I think that a victim has every right to threaten their aggressor to stay off. I mean, I think that there's probably ample proof that the woman didn't want to go through with prosecution. She just wanted him to go away. Maybe she didn't, whatever. But we also understand the way victims think, right? Victims don't just walk away the first time they're abused, no matter how it is. Some stay for their whole lifetime.
For years, and they never know what
they go back and forth. So these women on the internet are acting like complete asses when it comes to understanding that a third of the women over there or here on the internet, period, 33% of the women have been victimized sexually. And a portion of those have been abused more than once. So you're looking at anywhere from 35 to, high 30 percentile of women, even over there, who are cool with what's going on publicly, but they wouldn't have been cool when it happened to them. Right. So it's very strange dynamic. I don't know why it is the way it is. I think it's a bunch of content queens, right? They just want to be cool. They just want to. They weren't picked first for kickball, and they're trying to make up for it now.
Right. Yeah, well, you know Nickalina more than anybody knows. I mean, I don't know her that much. I don't know the rapster or whatever that much, but like I heard that she was abused and stuff like that. I'm not really I'm not familiar with the story, but
she put it all over the internet.
Where can I find it at? Because I don't even know.
I don't even know the channel. I know that it was I was moved by it. You know, she gets very emotional. I was moved. And you know, I don't even need to waste time trying to weigh whether or not Nickalina is a victim or not. However, with all of this blatant stuff out here, a lot of people want to say, no, she's not a victim. And I would say probably she is, and that her behavior probably constitutes the fact that she has a lot of unresolved issues as a result of her own abuse that she spoke on publicly. There's nobody running around here talking about her story that she never told. She told it publicly. She was invited somewhere with fancy lights and shit to talk about it. So that's where I would lean to, right? And I think that that's really the mind state that most people in this community need to get back to, is if somebody says they're a victim, then you just have to believe them. There isn't no waiting around until they prove themselves otherwise. If they say they're a victim, then they're a victim, and you just move forward in the direction of a different conversation, whatever it is, right? So no one can really sit here with a straight face and say Nickalina isn't, and you can't say that she is or isn't because of her behavior, and you can't say that that Allison isn't either. A DA actually is saying, yeah, I think we've met the proof. We've met the threshold that she is.
Right. So I've got a clip I want you to watch, and I ain't gonna lie, I laughed my ass off. But can you tell me what the hell is wrong with Thelma in this video?
Who?
You ready?
No.
Thelma.
For who?
I said, can you tell me what you think? What you think's wrong with her in this video? I've got a clip I want you to watch.
Okay.
I just want your opinion on it.
Okay.
If you watch her body language and stuff, I mean, well, just watch her.
You know who matters to me? Who really matters to me if they like me? Her and those 4 kids in there. That's it.
Listen, this is the honest truth. There's Jimbo, there's Nickalina, and there's Benny. And that's it.
What do you mean that's it?
That are real channels. That, you know, they bicker back and forth. They fight. They do. That's not thing. This guy has came in, he has attacked every.
Man, I mean, shit. I was like, hell.
You know, I think that I don't know when that was taken, and I'm assuming that it was probably sometime after I had recently agreed with some of the things that Jimbo was saying recently. However, it took a turn last night, and it took a turn the night before that too. And I actually had reached out to him privately. I texted him and I was like, hey man, I think that in light of what's going on with Allison, that I think that you ought to just kind of maybe think about aborting mission. It was about 24 hours before. I told him, you might want to abort this mission. Just let the courts take care of that. You're not the courts. And you know, you can kind of see what happened. He did what he did last night. It got a terrible response community wide, other than the people that were right there. And now, yeah, he's gone to Jesus. And if that's, I'm not gonna make fun of the man for going to Jesus overnight, because it can happen that quick. It can happen that quick.
I mean, yeah, it can.
You know, I've seen people go to Jesus. With people say, hey, if you want to receive Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, come to the front and kneel down. I've seen it happen that quick.
Well, I've seen it many times in church.
Yeah,
like that. Exactly.
Yeah. So
exactly.
I'm not here to say that Jimbo's lying and that he hasn't come back to God and thinking that way. I hope he does. I really hope he does. But
there's only one thing about it. Jesus can't save you from a legal system.
You have to, I mean, you know what, Ernie? Jesus isn't going to ask me about your sins. He's going to ask me about mine. So
exactly.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't know. I hope that everyone has the opportunity to do the sort of repentance that's required to get where you're trying to go. I hope everyone can do that. Right.
Well, you know, we've had our differences. Like I said, we've actually hated each other. I hated you before. I wanted to, you know, do some crazy shit to you before, but there was times that you made sense. And I'm like, you know, is he really all that bad? Or did we just get off on the wrong foot and all that? I mean, was he for certain activities
I
and
take
stuff.
responsibility from the beginning, Ernie. You know, and I have many times. Like, I should not have trolled you when I did, because who am I to say? I mean, Rap has a community around him. Nickalina has one around her. You have one around you, Jimbo, all of us. So, you know, it was fucked up for me to do that to you. And I was at that point in time, I had somebody do that to me, not too long before I did it to you. And I see how that decision created a decision for you to make decisions, and then Nickalina made decisions, and then Rap made decisions, and then Jimbo came, and then Kemper. And so, you know, it's sort of like a whole community spawned from the fact that I feel like I made a bad decision with the way I trolled you in the beginning, right? I've said that many times publicly, that I shouldn't have done that way, because just because, I mean, this thing, all of this is for entertainment. It's what it says. This is for entertainment. So some people are here for entertainment, and some people are here for serious, and then they can change hats. You know, in a moment's notice, you could go from being something real serious, talking about Summer Wells, and then you might troll ErnieShell, and you know, or you troll whoever, PG, whoever. So it's
Well, I never heard
everyone does
anything
something
about
different.
trolling. I didn't know nothing about trolling. I didn't even know what that existed. I was shit.
No, and I believe you. Like, when you first came, you was pretty big eye. You was caught in the headlights, and then Doug grabbed a hold of you to troll me, and then so on and so forth. You know, so it's been a really toxic run for all of us. It really has.
Somebody want to ask a question, either to you or me, probably. But go ahead, Hummingbird. Go ahead with your question. So Jimbo's on panel now saying that me and my brother was together with Ronnie King stuff. Man, that's just been played out, man, so much. I don't even know nothing about that, to tell you the truth. I mean,
You know, I'll be the first one to say, when I say something, I'll say, "Ooh, man, my hypocrite is showing a little bit," because we all have it. God put jealousy and all those things in all of us, fear, ego. And if you say you don't have those things, well, then you're also a liar as well. But you're lying to yourself, right? But Jimbo is one of those ones that, I mean, for God's sake, bro, he has helped you in many different ways, even in front of all of us. And he always picks fine times to tell this new truth that no one's heard, right? Like, so what does that mean? Does that mean he abetted you while you were living at his house, but he also knew that you were with your brother and he never said anything, and it goes all the way back to court? So that means he would have lied on the stand, obstructed justice, perjured, all of those things, because that's not what he said now. Ain't what he said on the stand back then, is it? Not
well,
at all.
like I said, I've heard him say 2 or 3 different things. I just don't know. I mean, like, my brother had wrote a letter that my mom has, and it's addressed. He's like, "Give this to Ernie, please. He needs to know." I've not got to look at it, but my mom has it, and you know, I've not had a good chance to make it that way yet. But when I do, I'm going to try to pick that letter up and just share it with everybody. I mean, just open it right up in front of everybody on live and share it. But I don't have no clue what it is, but it's untelling.
You know, I just think that and I said it to Jimbo, I've said it many times too, and I hate to keep saying what I've said many times, but Jimbo, even when we didn't get along, you know, Jimbo offers what appears to be a pretty logical, back then anyways, he seemed pretty logical and level-headed when he wasn't exploding on the internet like we all can do. But then when the language turned, because Jimbo would always, like, he'd say frick, or he'd say this, or he'd say that, or son of a gun, and then when you heard Jimbo cuss, it was almost like hearing a teacher cuss. You're like, ooh, or the pastor cuss. You're like, ooh. And now he's calling, you know, SA survivors loose gutter whores. And I'm just like, what happened?
All that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole change in Jimbo's house. So now his kids over there hearing their mom and their dad holler at the computer all these things they haven't heard their whole life. I don't think Jimbo's talked like this his whole life. Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. But the perception that I have is that Jimbo has tried to pass off a pretty wholesome situation to his kids. And now all of a sudden he's gutter slut, loose whore, this and that. And his kids are right there. The doors are open. They're coming in and out. And it's wild. It's wild, the polarity that's happened there. Right.
Well, I mean, it's just well, it's just one of those houses, and it is.
He had a swear jar for a long time. I don't even know where that went to, but I've said it. What happened? I watched Constance too, buddy up with Ernie, and then her whole vernacular changed too. Now she's fuck this and fuck that, and I said something to her, and I'm like, man, you know, it was.
Well, she didn't buddy up with me. You mean buddy?
I didn't really buddy up with anybody on the internet. I mean, I
No, I'm talking about Constance Sue.
Oh yeah,
Constance Sue.
yeah.
You said me. I want people to know she ain't buddied up with me.
No, if I misspoke, I apologize. No, she buddied up
you're
with
good.
Jimbo.
You're good. I was just making sure. You know how people on the internet take that shit.
Both their vocabularies changed immediately, and you're like, where did because it's real easy to just say fuck if you're not a real smart person and you don't have a word to substitute. If you're a smart person and you do have words to substitute, well, then shame on you. I fall into that too. Like, I have a dirty vocabulary, but I like to listen to people that don't. I don't listen to myself for that reason. I don't want to go back and listen to all that cussing and stuff, but they changed and I can see the change. And it's like, damn, bro. It's wild.
Well, you know what gets me is the $3,000 thing about Smoky Mountain Mama. I mean, dude, is it that big of a deal if you had your wife ask somebody for $3,000? They said no. He fucking went and edited the damn audio. Dude, it was so obvious. I was like, you're an idiot.
Well, I said it to Jimbo last night on my stream. I'm like, bro, you sitting here talking crap about this lady. Meanwhile, you didn't even have the money to send your daughter to prom in the dress she would prefer. So you got the prom dress. Like, this woman, Allison, is actually a part of your guys' family memory in terms of her prom.
I heard that part when you did that. I was like, you know what? He's right. I mean, like, I was like, this fucker's right about 3 or 4 different things.
But then he does a poll. Is the loose gutter slut going to send BK some money? I'm like, no, but she's already sent you money and you've already asked for ample amounts of money. So what are you talking about, bro? Like, Jimbo's got a real issue going on. I don't know what it is. If it's, the furtherance of an addiction with the pain management situation. I don't know what Jimbo has going on, but his mentality has definitely changed. And it's only after, in my opinion, that I show proof of a whole bunch of people. If you're over there calling her a gutter whore and you're showing her cash apps, you're abetting rap, now making yourself suitable for the 8 to 30 as a co-conspirator after the fact. Now you got to come into Jesus. Like, no, it's too late. Once you go out of bounds with the football, you can't run back in bounds and then tear ass again. You start a new play. That was on the books, though.
I was wanting to share something with you that a lot of people don't know about. You talking about if this is true about Rap and him having these charges and he's given this deadline for a plea agreement, if he does not accept the plea agreement, whether he does or not, the fact of the matter is, if the DA tells you turn yourself in and all that, or ask for address, and then you leave from that, Tennessee will send the U.S. Marshals after you for that.
Because he's geographically landlocked right now. To stay on
there's
an
a
island,
victim in it. There's a victim in the case.
Right.
And that's why.
Right. So with the stalking is when now this order comes in that he has to stay in Tennessee, which defaults him for the Class E or whatever in Missouri now, the felony in Missouri. I guarantee you, if that plays around in Missouri, the next charge that will come will be felony child neglect. That will be the next thing.
Here's the thing.
Automatically.
He had pre-trial release. There was no actual money that was even put up. So he could have left Tennessee. He could have left Tennessee and done anything he wanted to do to Missouri. And they caught him in a lie because his lawyer had been fired. I showed the records where the lawyer asked to withdraw from the case. And then the next few days, the Rap pretty much said, I've got this ordeal in Tennessee and I cannot leave the state. Well, Casey Proctor or Kelly Proctor, whatever her name is over there, the DA, called Knox County, or not Knox County, but Hamlin County, and found out that I was a lie. He could have easily went over there.
That's just not, it's not good. You know, I mean, in most states, if you get over X amount of thousands behind or so many months with non-payment, that's just the next thing that's going to come is that criminal, it's the felony child neglect for non-payment. I mean,
Exactly.
that's what's on the horizon. Like, all of these things will change. These people on the internet, they've convinced themselves that what they think is going to happen is the reality. And no, these courts, look what they did to them. They played with the family court right around the time that the Missouri and Tennessee are clearly in a coordination. They know what's going on. So they finally,
they accept each other.
They're filing cases where they know he can't make them to him. That's what they're doing. He gets a criminal case, then they're going to hurry up and file some. They're going to file some family stuff.
Those misdemeanors, after a while, even those misdemeanors, they turn to felonies.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, and then once you get once you get that old felony, now you're on the registry. You know what I'm saying? You're on a whole different registry. So he's geographically landlocked. So to stay good on the stalking bond, he's got in his mind that he can't leave the county or the state or whatever, but he's got the issue in Missouri, and now he's got the thing in Knox. So if the thing in Knox pops, you know what he's going to do? He's not going to turn himself in. He's going to go on the run. That's my opinion. Right? Because once he goes in, it starts the motion of him being extradited and all these other things because he's going to face the time. Tennessee isn't going to cut him loose to Missouri first. Tennessee is going to hold him up, make sure he does all his sentence there. And then from there, they'll put him in his street clothes and they'll ship him straight over to Missouri. And then they'll dress him out and he'll start his whole situation with the felonies and all the child support in Missouri after doing his time in Tennessee.
Exactly.
That's what will happen. They're not going to cut him loose and say, okay, now you go to Missouri now, boy. That's not what they'll do. They'll dress him out, put him in his street clothes. He'll think he's getting out. And then they'll say, yeah, you got a holdover in Missouri. So, you're going to have to come up here to the front, and then you're going to wait in your street clothes days while they come and get you or something.
Well, you did a pretty good job of talking about the shanking stuff and all that last night. And I was like, man, he described that perfectly. But I was waiting on you to talk about the comb, the heat, and the razor. That's that evil laugh, Benny. You got it. I've got one too.
Again, I'm not, all of this stuff is his situation. And I kept quiet about his situation. I'm not dogging his situation. I'm not saying I hope he gets every day of any maximum capacity on a sentence. That's not what I'm saying. It's all his shit that's all out here in pieces. And when you put it together, there's a lot of people dipping into different people's situations, but all of a sudden into that situation, you find out a whole lot. And what you find out is that Nickalina knew. She's known all of this, and she's leading around a group of mean girls, and 1/3 of those at least are sexual assault survivors. Now, whether all these mean girls know that Rap has this situation going on, well, then shame on them too. Because who are they to hold trial for this woman when a court is going to actually hold trial? So what do those
do they
girls
not
do?
understand even their comments when they're aiding and abetting and doing all that shit is mental anguish and shit?
Yeah, I mean, and Allison has the resources.
Oh, yeah.
Allison has all the resources, and these people think that because it's not happening today that it's not going to happen. No, there's very patient people in the world that will wait 9 years if they have to until you get down, and then they'll do something. So it's just time for everybody to just probably ease up, get back to whatever it is. I'd like to see you do some awareness, bro, because it doesn't matter what I think about your awareness. It doesn't matter.
Let me let you know.
I don't mean that in a bad way. There's a ton of people that like when you're doing your style of awareness. My opinion doesn't matter about what kind of awareness you do. My opinion doesn't matter about what Nickalina does, but the people like when you're doing what you're doing.
Let me let you in on a little. Let me let you in on a little secret about my situation.
Hmm?
It's been worked on.
I believe you. Now, I'm gonna
be honest with you. I'm not who you think I am.
Nobody is exactly who I agree with you. I'm not who you think I am either.
Right. Nobody is who you think is. Internet's a movie, bro.
It can be sometimes. It definitely can be. It definitely can be. And again, Rap situation is different because I want the best for Allison, but I also want the best for Rap. So that's a tricky deal. You know what I mean? Like if I didn't know Allison, I would just say, yeah, I don't know her, but I know of her. it would be, I don't hate rap. I really don't. Rap helped me through my divorce for a period of time, and he was a good dude to me. If I called him, man, he'd sit there and listen to me bitch, moan, and complain about my situation for as long as I needed him to listen.
Well, shit, you always like a candy cane. He was the candy and you was the stripes.
Sometimes, man. Sometimes.
I mean, you all was together all the time, like, man. I mean,
yeah,
like you, hey, rap, you know, and he'd be right there.
Yeah. And you know what? I can't take away. I won't. I don't care. It doesn't matter what the internet. Nobody really gives it no thought because somebody's going to do the next dumb thing tomorrow. But Nickalina helped me out at a time when I really was just down to the bottom, and she legitimately put a spirit in me where I could get some rest and wake up with a whole new mind state, and it saved me for the day or a couple of days. So I don't take that away from her, even though I don't like the things I see going on. Just don't, and she probably don't like things she sees me doing too, but it's just a lot. All of this is a lot. Yeah, I hear there's an active campaign to try to take Smokey's last child from her. I don't know that she's lost any kids. I don't even know how many kids she has, actually. I don't even know.
That's the first time I've ever heard about that. I mean, I've seen them say about it, but I don't think she's lost no kids either. I mean,
I've never seen Allison drink anything online. I've never seen her intoxicated. I've seen Nickalina drink and do mushrooms and be intoxicated on the line all the time. So what are we weighing here? Right?
You brought up mushrooms. Nickalina. Oh my God, that one time she was online, she was wasted, bro. I was sitting there like, shit.
You know what I mean? And like, guess what? Outside of the Golden Child rap, nobody's threatening Allison's children. But now, actually, Nickalina made a big old orchestration about somebody saying they wanted to do something to her daughter and putting the link for the police evidence collection online. And she actually has what seems to be I'm convinced all the crying and shit for 2 days, you got a pretty dangerous situation over there. So I see a whole bunch of things that we can see into her house for free, but you have no idea what's going on in Nickalina's house or Allison's house other than what rap tells you. That's it. You don't know nothing.
And you're right. I mean, and she's getting her information, of course, from him.
And he's tricking her into a huge issue. I promise you, Nickalina, just leave that alone. Like, I can't tell you to leave it alone, but I would say if you want to play around with it, man, play around with that quietly. Like, you don't want to play around with anything more real loud and out in the public. That's just not going to work for this situation. You play around with Ocean Lover or any of these other people, but playing with that one at this time, you done fucked up already. You can't go back in bounds and run for a touchdown. It's not going to count. You can't do it. You done already fucked up.
Well, Jimbo said that Smoky Mountain Mamas gave me all this money. I've never got a dime from her. I literally, I don't even know her Cash App. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand what she's, why they say that. I mean, I don't have nothing, I don't know where they're getting it at. I really don't.
And I think that some of the things, like, of course, the recordings and the confessions of raps, the 2 confessions, like those were him being recorded confessing in private, intimate moments, right? So I guess my point is there's all these private, intimate moments of this one situation all over the line. And I tell you what, the situation between Rap and Allison is not an ErnieShell movie. It's for real. And the court has already deemed that there's enough evidence. So if you're playing around in that, I would be very careful. And if you love the people that are playing around in it, you will suggest to them quietly, no, please, just go read the law. Please don't think you're above the law on this one. Please don't. This is extra, extra. Nobody is above the law on this at all, period. I knew about the aiding and abetting.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So they're not going to come if you deny the lesser charge, bro. They're not going to offer you a lesser charge. There is no lesser prong. There's only 5. And you're at the bottom of what they can offer you. So they're not going to create a new sex charge to charge you with because you don't want the battery. They're going to bring you back to the top of the pyramid and work. They're not going to work back down. They're going to trump you back with the big charge, or a big charge and something else, they're going to make sure they get the conviction they want by adding charges that you have to plead to this to get these others knocked off. They're going to fuck
Well,
you
here's
over.
something else too. A lot of DAs, they do a percentage, and you know, it is what it is. But
You're not going to
if they
get
get you
reelected if you're under 90% at all.
exactly, bingo. That's what I was getting at. I didn't
Yeah,
want to
if you're
get into
under
the
90, you're
politics
out.
because
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So
One term,
they
you're
can-
out. That's
if
it.
they can just get a conviction, they're happy.
And in these cases, they're going to serve the victim. They're going to serve her. I mean, we live in unfortunately, I don't want to even raise this point, but metaphor. I mean, hypothetically, if all of this is a game to Allison, and I don't, the DA has bought it. If it's a game, it's not. But if it were in the hypothetical world a game, we have hundreds, if not thousands, of inmates every year coming home for false convictions. Don't play around here and mess around and get convicted if you didn't actually do it. I'm not here to hold trial. I'm here to believe the victim. But if she's playing a game, and let's be honest, the issue is with reporting in sexual assaults, because a majority of reported essays are actually false reports. They're tit for tats, or they're this or that. I don't know if this is that. I'm not here to weigh it. But if it is, these confessions make you good for it. They can't be taken out of context. They're your words. There's no way to take
Admission
it out
of guilt.
It's 2 admissions of guilt. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Both of those admissions will be played in court for sure. In fact, those are the reason why he's where he is now, because he's already admitted to it. Yeah, you're not going to go back from that. You can't.
If that's what's happening and this is existing, that's exactly right.
That's it.
I wish I knew, man. I really do, because when you brought that up, I was sitting there like, yeah, the Missouri shit, and then you said there's rape. I was like, are you fucking what? I mean, like, you blew my mind, bro. Like I never heard that. That was like the first time, because what I was putting up
charged him with stalking with Allison, bro. I mean, the behavior constitutes that he's stalking a few different, at least 2 different people in Tennessee. So it starts to look like it's a chronic, habitual situation. And it just, all of this popped up within 6 months or 8 months or 10 months of each other.
Well, it kind of like makes him look like a serial stalker, man.
It does, bro. It does. But in real life, right? But mixed with the internet. He's actually like stalking people from the internet in real life. Not just online harassing. I'm talking about real life stalking. Right? So,
and you know what's really sad is they're going to go to his channels, every one of his channels. And you know what? 90%, it don't matter if he deletes them or whatever. I'm telling you right now, if they ask the FBI in on this or the federal government, they can pull that shit. YouTube is agreements.
I promise you,
all that
every
stuff
time
up, whatever they need. It don't matter if you delete it.
I hate to cut you out, but I'm piggybacking on. I think we having a little lag. Every time that red button is hit for a number of people, all of that shit is being recorded. And this ain't no bullshit. It's being recorded straight up. Yeah, straight up. So,
dude,
everybody,
when they brought me in front of the FBI, over Facebook, and they threw that damn file down there, it was everything I did, said, and everything since 2009. They had everything, and they had the printer printed all and brought it out, and they sat here and went through this, through that, through this, through that. You said right here, you said this, you said this. I was fucking like blown away, man. I was sitting there
they
like,
did the same thing to
everything.
me. They did. The FBI came to my house 4 years ago for around the Oregon Orson West case. One of them idiots in California called the FBI. They came out and they asked me 1 question about me and then 20 questions about other people on YouTube that were in California. So I didn't even know if it was, I don't know what it was. Maybe they came on their own, or maybe somebody from out there sent them. However, they came to Dallas, Texas to ask me questions about stuff going on in Cal City, California. So it is real. And when they came, they opened it up. They showed me on the phone or on the iPad they had. They were like, what's going on with all this? And I'm just like, man, and answer the questions. So, and with the phones, like, again, you know, a lot of people know I had a phone taken by the police. And let me tell you what you have when you're involved in things, what you have better match up with what they have. And if you don't have it, and you've destroyed the contents of the situations between Allison and Rap, if he's destroyed those, they will charge him with tampering. And tampering is a huge felony. Huge felony.
Well,
right?
a lot of
you'd
people
rather get caught with
tampering.
some cocaine by the police in the car than get caught by the police throwing the cocaine out the window of the car. They don't even have to go back and get the cocaine. They'll just say, man, we got him on video. We couldn't find the cocaine, but he did, because he destroyed the evidence. He tampered with the evidence.
Well, they can say whatever drug they want to say.
That's right. I mean, and at that point, there's no lab tests. But the fact of the matter is a simple controlled substance, possession of controlled substance is now a tampering or destruction of physical evidence. And now that's a 10-year felony. You're looking at a couple of years probation for the coke. Now you're looking at a 10-year felony. Right. So it's, I mean, if you did it, you better own it, because if it's not there, they're going to charge you for it not being there. I promise you. Every single thing they can charge for, they will, because this is a huge problem for them. This whole internet thing and all these charges and all this stalking. And I mean, it's people from Daisy's calling every single day on these people, or people from over here. They're calling every single day on anything they don't like. They're calling the police and reporting it. But you know what I'm saying? These situations are happening on the internet. These charges stem from the internet.
So you said it was 6 days or something that they gave him or something like that, was it? At the time?
Said they gave him a 2 week.
What has that been?
deadline.
3 days ago?
He said, 3 days. Yeah, it's 3-4 days ago. He said they gave him 2 weeks. And my
No, is that when he called you?
No, he was having a live stream and he put his link
when he
down.
called you?
No, he had a live stream. He put a link down, but he hadn't started yet. So I hit the link and went in the backstage before he even started. And I just started telling him, I was talking to him about the stalking shit. Right. And then it just blossomed into him. Well, the thing was smoking. I'm like, well, I mean, that was all misdemeanors. And then he was like, nah. And I was like, you mean sex stuff? And he was like, yeah, they're trying to get me for rape.
Holy shit.
But they've offered me a sex battery. Well, with sex battery comes lifetime registration. Right. Things like urinating in public, after 15 or 10 years, you can petition the court to have it removed if you've had no other convictions. But things like the forcible situations, you're not going to be removed from that registry. Period. Yeah. You're going to stay on there forever. And that's what I don't want Rap's kids to come here and see all the stuff that everybody is putting out there about to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I told Rap, and I say it again right now, bro. I know you're listening. Anything I've put up about you, just email me and I'll take it down. Like, because I'm not putting any evidence online. I'm not. If you look last night, I'm not putting these people's evidence online. I know better. But I'll remove any commentary. It just comes with a conversation is all. You want to take it down? Conversate with me and we'll take it down. But like all of this weird stuff with these fucking internet mafias and stuff, man, like, no, this is going to be big trouble. And if it's not big trouble for anyone else, it's going to just be extra trouble for him. Because these people are gassing him up and giving him confidence to continue on sending shit and, remote viewing her shit and getting into her stuff and continuing to push these narratives. And the court understands that Jimbo can't have the things Jimbo has unless they came from Rap. And Rap can't have the things he has unless he's taking them from her devices. Point blank. So they know what's going on. Everyone over there is tied together in that way. I'm not making none of this up. It is all documented in the public for everyone to see. And they see it all too. They told
what
me
you did is you just cross-reference everything out. That's how the DA does too. They're like, where did this come from? How did they get this? This had to come from this. This came from you because this was non-existence. Unless you did it, then you're right.
And if it comes from Rap's mouth to someone else, it's now admissible in court without proof or recording. That's it. It's just for the jury to weigh at the end, right? They're going to say that the state's going to say this is the truth. The defense is going to say, no, he's lying. But if it came from Rap's mouth in every state, it's admissible. First party is admissible. So if it doesn't matter, they could charge somebody else with the conspiracy, which I think they probably will. They're going to shut this down. They're going to charge somebody else with conspiracy and then try to pressure them to turn state witness and testify against him. And they'll just keep banging. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be a house of cards.
Well, and the person he's probably talking the most to right now is Nickalina.
Yeah, absolutely.
1,000%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Again, I wish them all well. And I Not a lawyer, but I would give Rap the advice, like, bro, stop with the internet shit, bro. Your shit comes from the internet, so you need to be careful. And how you be careful is you just ghost away from it, bro. You have to ghost away.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
Get rid of that ego, bro. That ego, you're not gonna have no phone locked up, bro, to do none of this shit. So you need to not compound what you already have going on, bro. And that's real shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Christian brother to devil worshiper brother. Like, stop that shit, bro. You're gonna get
Come
yourself
on.
in some.
Is he really a devil worshiper, bro? Come on.
You know what? I'm not gonna. I shouldn't even have said that, because in America it's unconstitutional to use somebody's religion against them. So I'm not even say that. It's just a different belief than mine is all. That's it.
Right. I understand that, but is it real? I mean, I'm not going to say it is devil worshiper or whatever, but is he really that? Is that his
Man,
religion?
that dude bought a Anton Crowley book at a whatever bookstore up there by me where I used to live in Plano. And Gates sent me the receipt and the confirmation number. All I had to do was go pick it up. I didn't never go pick that book up. I just said, man, I appreciate it. I swear, I appreciate it, bro. Like, and and I played it off like, like he's a young dude going through some shit too. And if he can find something applicable to his life and the answer over there in a negative place, like that book could send him to a positive place, well, then, you know what? Kudos for him. But it's not for me. I already know. It's not for me. Right, and that's sort of where it took the turn for me. I was like, man, I can't mess. I may not come here and talk about being a super duper Christian, but man, I can't invite that into my life at all.
Let me ask you a question. How long have you known him?
I met him during the Summer Wells case. He just, I used to see him over at Shares, I think, first. And then he came around me, and the dude was just super cool. Super cool. We exchanged numbers and we would FaceTime, we would talk. He was there with his boy all day, and I was, was doing my thing. And, he's a super positive dude at that time. And so like the polarity of what you see now is like crazy different. I don't know Rap anyways, but the dude you seeing now, I definitely don't know that one, bro. I don't know that dude at all.
Like, when did he change, man? Did you notice a change, or did it just hit? I
don't know. Like, I find it problematic with all the Prestone stuff. Like, all that was public, so it's there to look at and criticize. And like, you're not seeing no Prestone stuff now. He's going hard in the yard now, harder now than he ever went. You're not seeing no Prestone stuff. So I don't know, is that proof that he was actually trying to manipulate with the suicide? Or, I mean, because now if he's self-harming, now is the time he would be more self-harming, because he got a lot of shit going on now, but he ain't. Got a lot of confidence. Got a lot of confidence from them girls over there passing him up.
If that's true, what you say on this, if he charges and everything, that 2 weeks.
I'm not lying.
What's that, bro?
I was under the presumption he was already halfway through, and I gave him great advice that I would give anyone. I said, don't take the plea, bro. I told him, don't take the plea. He said he didn't. He said he already told him he didn't want the deal. That's what he told me, and I don't know about that part. I mean, that's
a lie. They would have arrested him on the spot. I mean, within a day or so, he'd been arrested afterwards.
Yeah. So I felt like the presumption was, and I'd have to go back and listen to it, but I felt like the presumption was he was already halfway through the 2-week deadline.
Right. So here's the thing: the closer that gets, man, it's gonna be like drowning in water, man. That's gonna be like choking.
I mean, he's got Hamlin County, he's got Knox County. And those two were coordinating because they're watching all this stuff on the internet. They're watching all of this stuff. And, I didn't even know. I went over on Janky's the other night. I didn't know that it was Chill Billy until the very end. I don't have a problem with that dude. But I would tell him, man, I'll be very careful about, fuck this internet, Chill Billy. Be real careful about what you're sending to the phone and what you're talking about on his phone. Because.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, because they're going to take everything.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to take everything. If Chill Billy ain't got if he's destroyed evidence, they're going to charge him with tampering or destruction of evidence too for getting rid of shit on the phone. So Chill Billy needs to be real chill too, because if they can prove he abetted, then they're going to tie a whole bunch of people together on this, right? This isn't your standard breaking and entering or, Grand Theft Auto. This is a sex case that's breaking. It's happening.
There's a victim. There's a victim involved.
Yeah, and it's developing on the internet for everyone to see. So it's this anomaly this phenomenon that you will never be able to see probably ever again in your life. So if you want to watch some real weird shit, watch The Situation, because you won't never see a situation like this again. It's going to be a whole bunch of trouble coming, I promise you. Whole bunch of trouble. And I hate it for everybody. But if he actually did what he did, then he has to pay for it. You know, that's just it. I would be held to the same scrutiny you would, anybody else would. If you did the crime, then you're going to have to take the punishment. It just is what it is. So it better suit you to take it on headlong instead of, you know, running from it, lying about it, and trying to change the history, because the internet does not have power to rewrite the history on this situation. Because that's what they say. You write a book, you can rewrite history. This is not rewriting history. No, this is complicating your situation, is what it is.
Well, it's stepping out the internet into the real world, and what's awaiting is not nothing fun at all. Especially if it's what you say, man. Damn, dude. I feel for him, bro. I really do.
I mean, let me ask you an honest question. Do you feel like most of your plight after your cases started, after your indictment, do you feel like the internet has been super helpful?
Hell no.
No, it has not been. Now, I could say the internet hasn't affected my situation at all because I'm not doing anything against the law on the internet. However,
well, see, I was new to the internet. I didn't know exactly how far it would actually go. And but after you get endured to it, you're like, God Almighty! If I would have left this alone and wouldn't have had this temper here or there, this shit would have been better. And then, but when you come into the internet, it's just like, and you get this following. Man, I mean, I had a hell of a following, and it's like, wow, you know, you kind of lose yourself in a way, and then you got to think back just to even regain yourself. And then by that time, you looking at all the other shit, and you get hit with these charge. You're getting hit with this charge, and it's like,
bro, they're gonna
holy
give you
shit.
probation, bro. I've been trolling you. Like your situation without having a criminal record, I promise you, bro. Like that. Now the difference is gonna be 4 years probation or 2 years probation. And to keep it real with you, they probably gonna offer you 4 years, bro. But they could even go up to 10 years, right? But
well, I've already been talking.
Not,
I've already been talking to him, man. I mean, I know what's coming on, and
it's not a violent offense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. So you're looking at probation. I just would say, you know, my advice, if it's worth anything, just be careful you don't get any more trouble that could compound it and make it more problematic for you. Go in there, take care of it. They're gonna you see, this is the thing. You're already pinned between speedy trial too, because your case happened here. So it's a speedy trial violation situation. So as soon as you go in there, they're gonna want to fast track it, right? Maybe they'll give you another bond. You might be able to try to reach a bond agreement. That's what I would also say. Try to reach a bond agreement. Say, listen, I really want to clear this up. I've been dealing with whatever in my life. Your grandmother died. She's been like a mother to you. Stepdads, you know, whatever. You got issues that's legitimately kept you from, you know, being where you needed to be.
I was legitimately in the hospital, man, when the trial, you know, when I was supposed to be there. I mean, and they from the hospital like I was supposed to do, and they trumped it over with a phone call that was made 9 months earlier.
I understand. And so then that's the thing. The context
that Jimbo would send in to the DA.
And you know, the context was butchered out of it, right? So you know, there's legal legs to stand on with all that too, because you are in my opinion, just like all of us that are creators, you're a public personality, right? So I mean, there's, you know, this is all entertainment to an extent, right? So I would just say, man, you're gonna feel a lot better, Ernie. They're not gonna put you in prison with your brother. You're not going to prison, bro, at all. They're gonna give you some probation, bro. That probation, if you interstate compact it, you'll be able to move around. If you want to go to where you want to go to MAGAs, or you want to go to wherever you want to go, bro, it's just gonna be probation. So just don't run from it and get yourself in more trouble. Or
You there, bro?
probation is the structure that maybe, you know, everyone thrives in structure. So you get through the probation, and now, you know, you got a healthy routine built up, and you're responsible to answer to them, and you got to pay some money, but they're not going to put you in prison, bro. They're not. right? And they're gonna drop the failure to appear when you go in and plead to the van. They're gonna drop that. They're gonna drop the mischievous behavior with the inside the van. You know, you've probably also shown that you have a history of going in and out of the hospital. So you're going to get probation, bro. It depends on how the attorney gets it. You know, 2 years, 4 years, whatever, 5 years. If their first deal was 5 years, man, just take it, be done. Sign for it and get out of there. Because as soon as you sign for the time, they're going to bring you back, dress you out, and cut you loose. So just go in there and take care of it, bro. You're not going to go to prison, bro.
I'm not worried about that. That's not what I'm worried about at all.
Good, because you're not. I mean, that's just the reality of it, right? I mean, I guess enough of the trolling, because I don't want you to feel like you need to run from the police when you see them. Man, just walk in there, because that's also going to play into it, bro. If they catch you, it doesn't change that it's not a nonviolent crime. You still get probation, but you might not get the treatment you want until you go sign for probation. So if you walk in there and say, hey, and try to work out a bond agreement, so you can go right in, see a judge, catch the bond, and then be out the same day. And now you're fighting the case legitimately, where you don't have to run anymore, right? Fight it from out here. Don't fight it from in there. That's not what you want to do.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you don't want to be going to law library in jail trying to figure out your case, right? So,
oh my God, man.
no, it sucks. That's all I suggest to you, is that they're not going to give you that. They're not going to, and you have speedy trial situation. I know all about it's all on the internet, right? So you got a speedy trial situation. You will be able to go, if they don't give you a bond, you'll go in, and then pretty quickly they're going to get a situation figured out for you. So don't worry about that. And I don't want to see you get hurt, right? So,
well, again, Benny, I don't have no problems with that, but I do appreciate that, man. And that, you know, coming from your heart,
it is.
I can tell it's coming from your heart, man, and I do appreciate it. But I have no problem with this.
I want the same thing for you as I want for everybody. I legitimately do, but I'm human, and I get caught up in the moments where, you know, I might see something that I feel needs a little bit of coverage, and then sometimes I'll act out, and then in covering something, now I'm the thing they cover. I get it, man, but I don't want to see nobody get hurt. I don't want nobody to hurt themselves. None of that shit. Nobody needs to get hurt over none of this internet stuff. It sucks even feeling. So anyways, bro, I gotta go. I was warming up some stuff to eat, and it's just sitting in there going cold, man.
What are you eating?
I'm eating now fettuccine Alfredo from the Domino's.
Oh hell, that's some nasty shit. You need to get you some ABCs and
It's from last night too, so it's a day old nasty.
Oh my God, that's some nasty shit. Well, I appreciate you, man, because I mean, you know, I had to admit you was right on a few things. I mean, I was looking, and I was actually talking to people, and I was like, he's talking to somebody, because he's right on the money on his Tennessee law if this is happening.
They showed me where, you know, they explained it to me, and I'm like, well, what is this? And then what is this? I mean, anybody can call a DA. You can call a DA, and you know, I think you've proved that. Nickalina, everyone's proved you can contact a DA. So what? But are you alerting them to things that are actually they have a promise of a conviction? If you're wasting their time, then it's not. But if you're asking questions and this and that, like, no, you know. So aiding and abetting is a real thing, 8 to 30, and it's set up especially to sort of lock co-conspirators all together in a conspiracy.
That's how they get conspiracy rings.
That's it. And you know, it's basically like a RICO, but on the state side, right? RICO is racketeering and all that shit on the Fed side, where they tie a bunch of people together. They don't maybe even know each other, but they're all in a ring because they're on each other's phones or whatever. This is like a RICO on the state side. It's a conspiracy of 2 or more in the furtherance of a felony on the state. So it's stateside RICO. That's what they're looking at.
Well, I appreciate you for coming up, man, and sharing your information and what you found out from the DA. Again, I'm still in shock, and I'm sitting here like, whenever this comes out public, I mean, that's when I can actually take it, for grain. But I'm like, damn. But
Well,
I
I mean,
mean,
in closing on the short end, it's like the understanding that there's probably going to be transmissions between Rap and Nickalina that are going to suggest that she knew about all of this before, and that her behavior online is actual like flagrant aiding and abetting to the nth degree, right? So it's going to be it's going to be in the digital messages. And I would say the same thing to Nickalina, like, don't delete them, because if you do, you're going to be subject to the same thing, like, so everyone needs to be very careful in this situation. Because when it comes to a sex crime, they're automatically going to advocate for the victim or who they think the victim is. And in sex crimes, man, those are the majority of the false convictions, sex cases, because they're going to believe the victim all the way down.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
always.
all the way
And
down
they're
to
going
put
to do
somebody in
everything they
prison.
can. They're going to do everything they can to protect them.
Yeah, and then who knows? Maybe a series of love letters between Rap and Allison 5 years from now will be the thing to spring him. I don't want that for him, but if that, like, got to be very careful here, right? I mean, that's where the false convictions are going to come from. They stem from cases with victims that you can't prove forensically. It's all circumstantial, and you're going to catch a fucking long ride on a circumstantial case. It happens every day. Every day. So, anyways, bro, thank you for having me. Thank you for having a civil conversation with me, bro. I appreciate that, man.
It was hard, man, but I think
I know it was hard for me too, but I think it'll be easier next time.
Probably.
All right.
Okay, I'll see you, man.
Peace out.
Can you guys hear me? Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. One in the chat if you can hear me. Good deal. Sorry about that, guys. I have audio problems sometimes. It's been crazy. So I appreciate everybody coming over tonight. I know that there's a lot of things going on that I don't understand. There's probably a lot that going on that you guys don't understand. But I promise you, it will all be okay. It will all be okay. Because what they don't know and what they don't see now, it's already in effect. And Nickalina, I hear there's an elephant at large. Well, I happen to be the hunter that's going to take that elephant off the map. You know what's sad is Nickalina actually could be a smart person, but she's not. She's ignorant. She's dumb. She's stupid. She has no clue what she even puts up on her internet, what she puts on her channel. No clue. I mean, hell, in her video, she names every single mean girl. Wow. Ernie, get rid of that sympathy. I look, I've still got, look, it is what it is. Well, sometimes people can actually explain things better. And, well, Amy Lynn, she dirty deletes, but we have it all. We have it all. I mean, I can show you something we actually have. But you know what? These words right here may be her downfall. I mean, Nickalina's powerful.
Not my goals, hence why the daughter is safe and the son is not yet, but will be shortly. Because she is a fucking black widow. She did fuck around and find out. Thank God. These kids have good. And now Ernie's trying to get information to help Allison. Ernie, you and I and the Mean Girls, because I will make all the Mean Girls, I will blackmail them into this. You are not getting shit from creepy archivists to help Smoky Mountain Mama. Read your text messages, bro. She gets nothing. She's fucked. Go hang out with her, Ernie. She's gonna fuck you too. We tried to warn you. Ernie's texting creepy archivist trying to get information to help Allison. Bro, it ain't happening. Creepy archivist is not going to help you or Allison. Period. We know what happened. Yeah, if you want to save kids, save Allison's kids, bro. Don't be worried about some used up pussy. Don't. She is a fucking mental case that needs a straitjacket, bro. She's crazier than we ever thought you were. You dig? My God. Need to call the cops. Well, I only got about 20 minutes, and I will be out of here because Ghost will be live. I'm not kidding. Yes. That's the only one that happened. That's the only one that happened. Oh, the police report. When she alleged he broke into her house last Friday early morning and had to hold him at gunpoint and wake Ryan up to call 911 and set the alarm off, she told the police he raped her that night too. Thank God they had not had any sexual relations in over 7 days. She failed to mention the gun, though. Never mentioned that she held him at gunpoint. She's fucked. She is fucked. Allison, you're fucked.
Allison, you're fucked. Okay, I said it for her. That way, make sure she gets all of her airtime. She's going to be needing that airtime here pretty soon. But I don't think it'll be found. Now, here's the thing. She lied on many occasions in that. But you notice how red her lipstick is? I mean, who's she trying to impress? Did you see how thick and red her lipstick is? If I seen something like that coming to me with lips like that, I'd be scared to damn death. Telling you. Not Frank. Well, guys, look, I think tonight's been a very, very serious live. I think you guys understand what's going on now. I just can't wait till I see it from my own eyes. And like I said, I'll believe it then. But if it is happening, I guess Benny knows about it because him and Rap talk supposedly. So again, I'm gonna be optimistic about it, and I've always been somebody that's just before I report it, you just got to have the documentation first. I mean, but you never know. You never really know, and I'm kind of I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Like I said, I don't know about it, but if it's happening, the DA or something must have found reason for this to happen. Now I know that we have had our differences in the past, Benny. Um, you did apologize. It's going to take me a while, to be honest with you, because I had pure hate for you. I don't have pure hate for you now because it took a real person to do that. Um, I know a lot of people here has went through it the same, but you have to understand, people. I'm the one that endured it. You guys got to watch it and be a part of it, but physically, I'm the one that took it. I'm the one that took the 9 tases. I am. You guys didn't. You guys might have been there with me, but when it came down to it, I was the one that was tased 9 different times. So it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. Some wounds go deeper. I know they do. Some wounds do go deeper. But I have to ask God about it, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm not going to be no fake Christian and say I'm a Christian like Jimbo and swear to Jesus and go back to Jesus 155 times. If I'm going to be legit about it, I'm just going to pray about it. I'm going to pray about it. And if it's in God's will, it's in God's will. It ain't like I'm trying to team up with Ben. It's nothing like that. But I do think, I have some things that he should be aware of, and maybe in the future, we'll see. But again, it's something, you got to take to God and go from there. I mean, that's just the way it is. I'm sorry, but I was on the phone with cops cussing their ass for tasing you. I know you was, Embassy, and I appreciate all that. Guys, what don't kill you makes you stronger. I was going to be honest with you, and it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. I'm pretty damn strong now. A couple months ago, I thought I was dying. I didn't know what was going on, and I met Allie. I have a friend. I have a good friend. Her name's Amy. She kind of helped me introduce. She introduced me to Allie, and Allie's like, "Look, I'm not asking for nothing sexual for you or nothing like that. All I want you to do is get some rest. That's it." She said, "I see you on your lives, things that you're going through." She says, "Look, all I do is want you to get some rest. Is it?" And she says, "I know you have trust issues. You have trust issues, and at the same time, Amy was, pretty much securing it, saying, yeah, she's good. She's really good." And she told me about her, and I was like, okay, cool, and she's like, all she's asking just to get to meet you, for you to come there. And I was like, okay, cool. So I'm here now. And I'm gonna be honest with you. She's been some of the greatest people, and her people is great. And it is what it is. It's bygones, and but things happen in the strangest ways. And I kept my distance for a long time. I didn't know what to believe and what to think, and slowly she took this stoned heart and started chipping away the stone. We became best friends. Now that we're best friends, I trust her with anything. I trust her with anything. But I was like, in order to make it home, there's a few things I need to do. And one of those things was my tiger tapestry. So I had to send all the way from New York to get the damn thing. And I got it sent to me. And it just arrived the day before yesterday. So I kind of feel like I'm home now. I kind of feel that I've got a lot. It just feels good. It really does. Rosebud says, I hope SMM gets a good lawyer and goes for all he said and called her out of her name. He has no right to get away with that. I don't think he's going to get away with it. I think last night when he threatened her, the ones I seen, the clips I seen, I think that, hold on a minute. I'm playing with my dildo. Well, that's awesome. You go and you play really, really hard with that thing. Hopefully it's a good one. So, I think that he put his foot in his mouth on a few things, and he had us come to meeting Jesus this morning or whatever. But I think it's just too late. Too many people's got it. Like Benny said, it's on the internet. And they can hold it against you forever. But you know what's sad about it? Oh well, it's actually funny, but it's going to be sad for him. He's not going to be able to put Thelma out there to take it for him. He is the one that's going to hit it head on. Now, if all this is happening, this is happening. I don't know nothing about it. But I guess you guys know more before I find out. So, with that being said, we're going to come to a close. I'm off my contract work. And to be honest with you, I'm going to have a couple of days. It's going to be free. Not tomorrow. I work my ass off tomorrow, but coming up this weekend, I'm gonna have me a couple of days. I'm gonna have relaxed time. I doubt I'll be live, and I can't tell you when I'm going to be live again. Just to be honest with you, this is not my forte, and I really don't care too much about covering all this stuff. I really don't. As a matter of fact, it's no fun for me no more. I come up here every once in a while and just say whatever and do whatever. It's kind of like on a recovery thing or something like that. All stuff. I use YouTube every once in a while to kind of give me that extra fix because I'm not doing it every day. As you guys know, I may do it 1 or 2 days, and then you may not see me for 5 or 6 or 8 days or 10 days or 12 days. It's just, my work is extreme, like literally extreme. And right now, I'm kind of sick still, and to have to pack freaking 25, 30, almost 30, well, it's about 25 or 28 pounds around with you all day. It's kind of rough. So there's a lot of factors in with that. I don't feel like going in them right now. When I come home, it takes me about 10 or 15 minutes to get all the shit off of me. Like literally. There's belt keepers, there's all kinds of shit. It's just aggravating as hell. And if you ever try to take a Velcro strapped off vest and shit, one of them gyros on. I'll tell you right now, it's one of the hardest fucking things in the world to take off. And you talk about your breathing, well, it's gonna choke you up. It's gonna keep your lungs compressed all damn day. But it is what it is, and we have to do what we got to do. So, with that being said, guys, I'm going to get off here and get me some rest. I don't care too much about who streamed tonight or this or that. It don't matter. It don't matter. Tomorrow, after work, if Allie wants, we will go live. She may not go live right off the bat. She may say a few words or whatever. I don't know exactly what she's thinking about, but we'll see. But she kind of like wants to get a feel for it, even though I've told her, she's like, look, I ain't worried about it. She's got nothing to hide. I'm like, well, we'll just keep all your name and stuff, your last name and stuff secure. And I mean, there's a million alleys out there. So I call her my alley cat. And we'll see what happens. I'm very tired up here. I'm really, really tired. I don't have no wine to drink. So I'm kind of tired. Again, I'm playing. I don't drink. But it is what it is. You guys be safe. I guess I can say it. Benny wants me to do awareness, so I guess I'll do awareness. We, the people, will protect women and children at all costs. There you go, guys. There you go. There it is. Much respect. God bless you all. Thank you all for fighting the good fight.